See, I believe that whole time, even when they knocked off Terry White, the intention wasn't to knock off Terry White. It was always to get Meech out. Okay? But I believe, now this is just from my belief of just looking at the string of events. I believe that when she went to Special Agent Jack Harvey wasn't going. He was like, man, Meech ain't finna do that. I've been following this for years. Hell nah, Meech ain't finna do that. No. And then you got to show me, y'all got to prove it. And then that's why Terry White got laid out. She laid Terry White out because she had the information on him, and she's proven to the government that she's going to be an informant and do what she got to do. And once they did Terry White and they awarded her that money, they went right into the big Meech shit. When I talked to him about the shit, when he mentioned it to me and I said it to him, that's when he knew that I knew. But I've been knew. I had the paperwork since 2014. Mm-hmm. Okay. The first paperwork I seen had Meech named a co-conspirator, bro. He was listed number one in the indictment.
Number one in the indictment for who? Terry White? Or
on the cuff? No, he never been on the case for Terry White, bro. Okay. That had nothing to do with Meech. Nothing at all. That was just her proving that she was going to do it for the government.
Right.
That's all Terry White was. It was just, all right, show us that you for real. All right, here go Terry White. Bam, slammed his ass. Oh, shit, she for real. All right, then what you say about Meech now? Right. And then they went on with the Meech shit, okay? I caught the paperwork in 14. So now I'm like, damn, but mind you, I'm still, when Meech wasn't in the hole, because you got to remember, this is the only I know in federal history that ain't stabbed no and been in the hole for 80% of his prison bid, bro. Go to the hole for a couple months and then be back on the yard, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. If they too bad, keep fighting, keep fucking up, they'll send you to another yard. Okay, maybe once. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be a fucking gladiator, man. You got to be causing all the problems in the prison, bro, to get handled like that. So for a long time, we wasn't able to talk to him for long stints of time because they had him in the hole while this investigation was going. And then 17, though, is when he mentioned her name, is when I exposed that I knew about the paperwork. And once I exposed that I knew about the paperwork, he cut me off. Right. I had this after I told him about that in 17. Lil Meech was still like my nephew at the time. So he would be coming to my house and shit after school sometime and shit, just kicking the G or whatever, right? So I called Mimi to my house. We call him Mimi. I called Mimi to my house. I'm like, look, bro, this paperwork. I went over it with him. I showed him what Tammy was saying.
Whoa. So you telling me you showed Lil Meech the paperwork?
Lil Meech, he was like 17 before he graduated high school. I knew through Meech's girl at the time, her name was Big Meech Wifey. And I knew that Lil Meech was finna go on a visit in like 3 weeks to go see his daddy. So I called him to my house to give him the paperwork. I texted the paperwork to his phone so he'd have it in his phone. And then I went through it with him and read out the important parts. I had him highlighted, read out the important parts. Like, look, this is what it's saying. This is going on. I just want to make sure your daddy know, even though I'm pretty sure he know. It's this far along in the case, his name all in this shit, he know. But I want to make sure, because I don't know for sure what he know, that your daddy know. Because at that time, I'm still pro-Meech. This is my man. You feel me? So I'm on Meech's side at the time to a certain extent because the paperwork was reading like what everybody be trying to say. Oh, it was the girl that did it against Meech. It wasn't Meech, it was her. It was her. So I'm like, if it was her, let me make sure this no. So once I told Lil Meech that shit, bro, 3 weeks later, that went on the visit to his daddy. A week after that, I get the first call from Dewey from Detroit. And he like, hey, man, what's up with this Mimi, man? And Manissa, his sister, Meech's daughter. They running around the whole D telling everybody they daddy said you a rat, you ain't no good, you ain't from BMF no more. Like, what the is up with this? Now, mind you, Dewey is the that I start doing all the parties with in Detroit when I came home, okay? But before we start doing them parties, he was Meech's man, you know what I'm saying, on the phone with Meech every day, okay? So he asked Meech, man, what's up with Blue, man? I'm trying to start doing these parties. Meech, man, that's bro. That's like my son, man. Hell yeah, do that shit. Get that shit done. He just coming home. Hell yeah, turn it up. We done did a series of parties for 4 years in Detroit, okay? So when he started hearing that Mimi was telling everybody in Detroit that his daddy said that I was a rat, he like, man, hold up, bro. What going on? Like, that ain't cool. He called me like, bro, now this ain't cool. Because I got a personal relationship with the man and I know different. So what is something going on? And I told him, I'm like, yep, I told that I had that paperwork, bro, and now they going against me. So that's how it started. It started way back then before the show even aired in like 2017, 18. Motherfuckers in the D start, oh, blew a rat. I'm like, all right, I'm sitting back. I'm like, all right, bet. I see how they moving. So I just let it play out because I had to sit there and see what everybody was doing and what everybody was saying. So it took me a while to collect all of the information. And once I seen how they was moving, once the show aired and it started and they started having them premiere parties and all the people that was supposed to be quote unquote connected to BMF was pulling up, oh my God, it went crazy. I had a chance to separate the men from the boys. I could see who was just groovy sucking and who was staying down, who was standing on 10 toes and gonna stand on some morals.
What did he say again specifically? What was his response?
He said, I heard some shit. This is verbatim. He said, I heard some shit, but whatever it is, it ain't got shit to do with me. And just by saying that to me, you sound stupid because your name is listed as A in the indictment. You looking like the leader. You got the leadership role in the initial paperwork. So you mean to tell me that everybody know that Meech set up this play, even, let's just say hypothetically, he didn't have nothing to do with setting the people up, right? All he wanted to do was run a play and told her, and she did it on her own, right? Mm-hmm. So once she told the police and wrapped them all up, how come Meech ain't get charged? How come his wasn't going to jail and in court with cuffing him? He wasn't even on the case no more, bro. He started off as a co-defendant to cuff him and ended up not even being in the courtroom when all this shit was happening. The paperwork says that Meech instructed this girl to go do A, B, and C, correct?
Yes, it says that.
Then how could the he not be the leader of it? He's the one that made up the whole play. Look, I need you to go down here, get with this essay I was with, then I need you to go get with this. It's supposed to be 20 every time 20, get my money and make sure I got mine. If you read the paperwork, that's what he told her. But from communication with Cuff, through via voice and via text, Meech told that I ain't know that girl. That's Blue people. Blue hooked me up with her, which I never did. Blue hooked me up with her to do my fan club. Blue working with the feds with that girl. So Meech told Cuff that it was me that was working with this bitch with the feds that got him fucked up, bro. And when get Cuff on the line, he'll tell you himself. So this is the type of shit that Meech was doing the whole time. What people don't understand. And you just told this that I worked with the feds with them. I got the message. What Cuff tell me? This told me you worked at Cuff and told him St. Louis it's a no-fly zone for Blue. It was crazy. I was getting calls back then from St. Louis like, bro, they saying you can't come out here. What's up? What's going on? I can't now go where the fuck I want to go. Who the fuck said I can't come somewhere? I'm on the way, vest up, strapped down. What's happening? You feel me? That's how I was feeling. And then once me and Cuff start communicating again and figured everything out, he like, I done told the boys. He's like, shit, I got to call my daughter and call to the neighborhood and let them know you golden. I'm like, God damn, bro, that's crazy. I would have went to fucking St. Louis and got killed. Because thinking that I didn't set Cuffy up because of the shit that this done did. Real G shit, bro. It's his play. He made it up. So his only answer could be like, shit, I came up with this shit in 2007 while me and this bitch was on the phone one night. And when she came to visit, I was like, fuck it, the essay didn't got out. It's time to put this shit together. He could only tell you that. See, he didn't learn about what she was doing. He had her go do what she did. He sent her to his controlling officer. The thing about Meech is he had to try to do it and save face. He tried to do it to where nobody knew. Then he tried to use this bitch as a scapegoat, knowing that. And then once the shit came out and she tried to go to him like, bro, they everybody know, people was knowing, he gonna try to tell her, leave my name out that shit. When he said that, the investigation had already been going on for some years, bro, for a couple years. I don't know all what they had going on, but it was a lot. And it had lasted for a long time, and it was quiet as kept. Nobody knew it. This was shopping a whole movie deal, but the movie deal was saying keep anybody that's actually associated with BMF away from the whole production. So that's why nobody never seen on set with 50 and Lil Meech. It wasn't no bull. Even if Meech had a beef with me, he ain't had no beef with Bull. He ain't had no beef with Big Cuz. He ain't had no beef with D-Shot. He ain't had no beef with Tito. He ain't had no beef with none of these that was out and on the street. Why none of these was on set? Because he couldn't afford to chance it. That if one of these real knew what was going on, it'll blow the whole shit up from the inside. So he kept everybody out.